Alright, so this is the introduction piece. Don't use that initial part, by the way. It's just me telling you what each thing is. I have a feeling that you might use it. Hey, this is Malisha Walaklararchi, here to present you with our proposal for a great new roller coaster marble track as a part of our physics summative for Mr. Bang's Physics Grade 12 class. Here I am in a very unusual environment, as you can see in my car, but as you will soon learn, being in the car is the optimal place when the roller coaster is going to be this exciting. So I urge you to strap in, shift into gear, and get ready for a wild ride. Alright, next is me talking about my main sketch. Here's my sketch and idea for our roller coaster design. Mine was far more conceptual in the way I displayed it in my sketch. It's less so more dimensionals and stuff like that, and far more the concept of it. I've dubbed mine the Hot Wheels Nitro Dragster, with the theming based around this sort of, Hot Wheels, hot rod aesthetic. So here we have a very high drop at the beginning, coming close down into a sharp turn through a banked set of hilly curves. It then comes around for a sharp, horizontally looped turn that banks upward, as you can see here by the supports, then coming in to a loop, coming then with the momentum gained from that loop into a smaller corner loop, and then feeding into the spring at the end here at the exit. Now, my sketch isn't inherently reliant on the roller coaster being built using actual marble track pieces or the fiber optic cables that we would use to keep them on the track. My idea instead was to use Hot Wheels tracks because there was understood in the proposal that it didn't have to necessarily use a marble. Now, if it does, this idea is off the table, but it's just up there for consideration. We could use Hot Wheels track to piece together our lane and then build the whole support ourselves, and maybe even use a different kind of projectile, maybe even a custom weighed balanced Hot Wheels car that we make ourselves. It might help to add a little bit more momentum for us to go down this track, and maybe allow us to make use of some more unique elements. Also, right here, there's a more orthogonal view of how I want mine to come out. As you can see, the tall drop here goes down steeply into the corner bank, turns under there. The turn banks around, comes into the loop, corner loop, and then it ends right there. Right under, sort of close to where the slope originally began. Alright, that was my sketch done. I'm going to go over the final one as an orthogonal view. Here is our final agreed upon design, and this time it's drawn in a more orthogonal view, just like my sketch I showed earlier. You see we have this tall drop here. It goes down on a sloping descent, which slowly becomes a bit more steep through this little curving tunnel. It comes then straight first into the loop for optimal momentum spend. It then goes out of the loop straight into a series of double horizontal loops, which sort of act like a parking garage spiral to accompany our theming, and then it comes down into a smaller curve and ending on these three little hills where we get to our spring stopper. Alright, now here's the theming explanation. Well, that was a wild ride of coaster talk, but it's time to talk about why we're in cars and talking in this strange fashion in the first place. As you could sense by some of the design elements in our coaster, especially that double spiral horizontal loop, the theming of our coaster is the wild and furious world of street racing. And we want our coaster to capture the feel of going at breakneck speed through residential area. Okay, ignore the residential area joke, you get the idea. Alright, I'll do that last bit again. To really capture the feel of barreling down narrow side streets and spiraling parking garages in a thrilling fashion. Thank you very much for listening to our proposal. We hope to see you and everyone else who's going to ride the coaster with their pink slips at the ready, because this thing is going to rock your world. With that said, I'm going to have to put the car in park now and get out. See ya.